You had said after the game that you wanted to take a second look at Grant Gunnell's performance. I'm just wondering, after doing that, what you saw, what you picked up on that maybe you didn't the first time around.
Well, I think a little bit. I mean, just kind of a parallel course of Luke Harvisick, right? Struggled the first series. No one wants to come out of the gate and with the turnover. That was a two-way street. He clutched the ball on a double move route, right, in or out. And it's really an option type route. So little anticipation, not on the same page with Jamari the first series, but to come back and play the way he played, I thought, he put us in a position to have a chance to win, just like Lucas on missing the first field goal, right? So the first game of the year, guys came out and didn't have the kind of success that we wanted to do. We wanted as a team, but I think the good part is that mentally and physically, both those guys rebounded and put us in a position to have a chance to win at the end of the game.
Sure. You guys started Rourke Freeberg at that Sam linebacker position. What are you looking for from that spot in the defense, and how does he fit that mold?
Well, I think people were reasonably surprised. Rourke he works his tail off. Has been primarily a 3 or 4 core special teams player since we've been here. Really kind of an unsung guy, and now, with where we are and what he's doing at that outside linebacker position, putting an edge on the defense, made some negative yardage plays Saturday. He's not as big as you want, but he's been a tough guy since we've been here. He's one of those guys that has been a great scout team player, and really, has made a name for himself on special teams, but has, playing 40, 50 snaps out there Saturday. I think, he showed that he's a Division I football player because of the plays that he made, because the edges that he set. Didn't do it all the time, but that's football, right? And they schemed it. And got some bigger people over there on him, but he still held up. And he for the most part, he also played winning football for his position, for a guy that's his first start and starting against USC.
How do you think your run defense matches up against Washington's run game? Because they ran all over Oregon State last week. So is run defense an emphasis heading into this week?
It's been an emphasis since we made the defensive change, right? And I think it was apparent that Saturday that we're better Saturday. It's going to be a challenge this week because this is one of the top run offenses in our league. They get they're under center probably 80% of the time. I don't have my statistics in front of me, but it's right at 80%. 2 backs with one tight end that moves into a fullback position, some old school football, some I formation, some offset I, 13 personnel, which is 3 tight ends, and they're going to run it. They got 3 running backs that a little bit like last week. They got 3 running backs that present some issues. And really depending on like the weather was last Saturday, that's kind of their MO right now. Because Coach Lake Jimmy's done a really good job. They've always been good on defense. They're one of the top defensive teams in our league. So running in a field position game becomes important. Obviously we've worked at and emphasized our run defense, and I think we were better. We gave up some big plays in the second half with some of the run fits from the safeties with the change of personnel. But that's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal this weekend, and not just the run, but the play action that comes off of it to make sure that there's eye discipline in the back.
What were your thoughts on Jalen Harris's performance during the game? Did he look like what you thought he could become in terms of his potential?
Yeah, it was a real battle. You know, he was a step away. We saw him, you know, he hit the quarterback a number of times, but he's just you know, they got it out, you know, and that's a credit to their quarterback. And, you know, their left tackle is a pro. I mean, that was a battle all day. I mean, that's just put it simply. So it's, you know, we obviously, you know, we want to get him loose. He likes his position at 260. He did some other things in the run game that he might not have been able to do last year at 235 or 240. But I thought he pressured the quarterback, you know, and without getting, you know, that can be frustrating to do that all day and not get a sack. But he got there. Heck, the first series of the second quarter, he almost gets the ball gets out and he almost gets the strip sacks, right? So, you know, he's really just a little bit behind it. But as I said, I think a lot of that, the quarterback got rid of it, and the guy he's playing against was, you know, it might not be the first guy taken as a left tackle, but it won't take long to call his name, put it that way, because he's a good player, and there's some things that I think Jalen learned and continues to get better and continues to carry that 260, 258 that's helping us, particularly in the run game. But, you know, there's things that I know he can take away from Saturday that, you know, playing against a quality player like that is going to help us down the road.
60% chance of rain as of today for game time in Seattle. Anything you do special to prepare for inclement weather in case we do get a lot of rain that night? Yeah,
I mean, we have wet ball drills. We do that all the time. So, you know, what's more important is, you know, what that ball looks like between the center, which you saw last night on Monday Night Football, right? You know, between the center and the quarterback, you know, receivers and our specialists. So, yeah, we do that all. We sprinkle those in all the time, just with wet balls.
One more follow-up. Can you preview the Washington defense and what challenges they might present to your offense?
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, as I said, Coach Lake is, you know, they've been good, right? And as a head coach, you know, they're always sound. They run the ball. You know, they've been great. You know, he's a co-defense coordinator. The other co-defense coordinators now the coordinator, but you know, they've always been solid up front. They're rotating guys up front, the big, strong, one of the top defenses in the league. So, you know, that's particularly against the run. So, you know, we've got our hands full this week, going on the road and playing a Washington team that really kind of took over in the second half of this football game, the football game they played last week, and defensively and offensively, and you know, that's who they are. They want to play good run defense. They want to keep you behind, get you behind the chains, make you and play a field position game, particularly if you get that kind of weather, and then run the ball and get some play action off of it. So it all works together. And you know, whether it's, you know, you can see it offensively, you can see it defensively. They really haven't changed that much, but you know, we've got to be able to handle things. You know, as someone asked about our run defense, it all works together, and the field position in a game like this becomes important. And like I said, with that being said, I thought, you know, I thought our punter, for his first game, I mean, for his first true action in a game, I thought, you know, if he had told me he was going to go, well, we only punted 3 times, but if you were going to say he was going to average 45-3 or something like that for the game, we'd take that every week. So that becomes important in a game like this also.